Hello, everyone. Or hey there, YouTube. That's usually how I start this. Anyway, hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Shane playing Spirit Island. Um, uh, some things have changed since the last time I played. For one thing, I am actually uploading the episode 0 and 1 today. So a little peek behind the curtain. That's how far of a backlog I have. We'll see how long of a backlog I keep. Um, we've got a new expansion out and new promotional spirits. Heart of the Wildfire and Serpent Slumbering Beneath the Island are both promo, and the expansion came with Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves and Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds. But we're not going to play with any of those because we've got a good thing going with just Thunderspeakering our way through the adversaries in the core game. Similarly, there is a new adversary, France. I'm not gonna touch it quite yet. There is also you can add in the fear, power, and blight cards from the new expansion. There's now an event deck. Like the expansion adds some really cool stuff, but because I started this series without the expansion, I think I'm going to finish up at least the Thunderspeaker runs um, without the expansion, and I'll kind of add that in after I get as far as I'm going to get with Thunderspeaker. So, with no further ado, here we are against Sweden level 3. Sweden, my nemesis, who almost took me out early, but I have since gotten a little better against. So, they are starting in the mountains. Alright. Let me remind myself. So, as before, we've got the stage 2 escalation that I hate, where they can replace Dahan with towns. It's terrible. Uh, so we definitely need to keep in mind to leaving one Dahan in a place where they could explore into if the next card is level 2. Or more Dahan if, yeah. Avoiding this situation, basically. Heavy mining, extra ravage does extra blight. We've got the board setup stuff where they started with more stuff. And I think, let's see, so it's a land number 4 city. I see. I was seeing stuff about blight, and I was like, they didn't add an extra blight, did they? No, it's just saying if land number 4 had a blight, it would shift the blight to land number 5, because they don't want a blight and a city starting in the same place. That's Terry Bell. All right, we've also now have for level 3, um, find steel for tools and guns, which means that the settlements here are going to deal more damage. That's going to make it a lot harder to defend against their attacks. Words of warning it's still a defend 3, so a town plus an explorer, which is sort of the most common ravage, still won't cause blight because it's only doing 1 damage to the land, not 2. So that's at least good news for us. Is that our starting defend does not cause any like is still enough against just exploring and then building into an empty land. It will get a lot worse in places with like cities and stuff. But all right. Seeing as how they didn't explore any places with cities, I think starting with our pretty standard opener is a good call here. Probably I want a presence. Honestly, I probably want it here. Gonna go ahead and sudden ambush manifest, like we do. Sudden ambush, we're going to target this land, because we don't want them to build there at all. The more we can rid them of the right side of the island, the better. And I think we'll take from here. I don't think there's any need for my presence to go with it, though, because I'm hoping to empty this area out. So let's leave that out. Yep, building in the mountains. Where are they off to next? Ooh, boy, the sand. The sand is gonna be a problem for a number of reasons here. Okay. But for now, I can definitely get at least one more Dahan into this land and take care of that. Let's see. So this is going to be a gather 2, push 1. So I think just one more Dahan is probably plenty. Oops. I don't know why my mouse didn't click right. Thankfully, there's an undo. Alright, gather the warriors into here. We'll take you, and take my presence along with it. Then we're going to send you out here to deal with this situation. And let's see. I think I want to leave the presence there so I wipe this place completely clean. Alright, and then we manifest. Okay, so Words of Warning doesn't really do us much good this turn because we wiped out both of the mountains, which is great. Probably means I want to reclaim and start working on doing stuff in the sands, because those are a mess. Alright, let's see what the minor power deck has in store for us. Certainly pushing a town is nice. I don't see any wind cards, which makes me sad. But pushing a town will make it so that the sand won't build a city, which is definitely something. This card doesn't help us at all because we're really focused on sands right now. This card causes blight, which is not ideal. And this card, I don't know, seems slow for a number of reasons. Let's take Visions. And let's try something else. Okay. We got Wind this time. It also adds Blight. But I also like that it has Fire. It does deal with a sand, although it causes Blight there. Yeah, we could make it so that one of those sands doesn't build at all. It'll cause a blight. Alright, let's think about this. So if we are causing a blight here, pushing these guys into, say, this mountain, then we defend in this mountain, it kills them off, and we've taken 1 blight total. I think I'm okay with that. Oh, by the way, a big change recently. I don't remember if this was true of the last video. The number of blight before the island becomes not healthy anymore is now 2 per player plus 1, which is a huge deal at small player counts. Like, I don't know, 1. 1 is a pretty small player count. So we basically are getting almost a free blight compared to how things used to be. Yeah, I think I'm going to try out this Land of Haunts and Embers. Okay. So if we're doing Words of Warning and Lands of Haunts, we can push these over here, do all that. This place is going to be a huge problem, but I don't really know how to deal with it yet. So I'm just going to not. Okay. finish playing cards. Push you here, push you here. That does kill a presence, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. So now we words of warning here. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. Although it actually probably won't affect anything because mountains and sands have already been drawn, and those are the lands of 2 or more. So actually irrelevant, but whatever. Okay. They have now explored the jungle, which is the other land type that has a city. In some ways, I would have preferred the wetland because it didn't have anything in it. But in other ways, like on board D here, this big long wetland is always kind of a pain. So I'm at least happy they're not there. Okay, so the question is, can I do anything about this place? If I leave it alone, they're going to deal a ton of damage there, and heavy mining is going to mean it gets 2 blight, which will immediately make the land hurt. I don't like that. I could Visions of Fiery Doom to get it down to just a city and an explorer. Cities are causing 5 damage, so that's still the 6 that they need for that. So that doesn't quite solve it. A sudden ambush would take out the explorer, but I'd lose a Dahan in the process, and I really don't want that. So I think I'm very likely reclaiming. If I'm reclaiming, I'll be able to at least throw down defend 3. I can still potentially visions it. To maybe push the town out. So they're doing 6 damage. I'm blocking 3 of it with this. And then hopefully in the 2 cards I gain from reclaiming, I can get a defend, but they're going to have to be 0 cost cards because I sure haven't been getting much energy. Alright. But I think it does make a lot of sense to focus on this land. I don't know. Yeah. So the other thing that's occurring to me, I could abandon this land, let it take the 2 blight, deal with whatever the consequences of this are. I could instead focus on this land, as well as taking care of this one. I can play a sudden ambush manifest next turn. Manifest will catch this place before it ravages. Ambush will take care of this place so it doesn't build, and then I'll literally only have this one plus wherever they explore to deal with. It's mighty tempting. Also, this guy is all by himself right now, so if he's still like that during next invader phase, they could pull the level 2 jungle, which would be bad. This guy I'm not worried about because there's no places for invaders to come from up there. But this guy could be in trouble with the escalation. Yeah, I think we're just gonna abandon that sand. This is gonna be a very messy fight, but that's what's happening. Alright, no pushing. We're just good the way we are. Okay. So, definitely add a presence, gain energy. I think we want to add from up here, get us some more air. I do want to add, so this is only at range 1. Sudden ambush is range 1. So let's add it here. And we can scoop that up later. Okay. So ambushing, manifesting. Okay. So horrible things happen. Yep. Yep. Okay. We're gonna lose presence every turn. That's gonna suck a lot. Especially because we've been reclaiming when we arguably should have been doing other things. But we prevented an explore. We didn't get the stage 2 escalation because they didn't explore into a place where a Dahan was vulnerable. So this is already at 6 damage, so we can just manifest there, do all of that. It's all great. Then probably want to gather in here to deal with this before it becomes a problem again. I'm definitely going to reclaim next turn. Probably. Well, okay. I have a presence here. So I could Visions of Fiery Doom this guy over here. I can leave one Dahan here to deal with him during the Ravage phase, because one Explorer by himself isn't going to do anything. And that'll give me a turn of playing very low-cost cards, so I can add a lot more presence, or I can build up energy. I think I like that. So let's... Why is my mouse letting go of clicks so easily? I might need to get this mouse looked at. Alright, so I'm drinking 2 of these and 1 of these. And both of these presents. I don't think I want to push any presents because right now we're right in a manifest range. So the next time I have the opportunity to play a manifest, I'm in pretty good shape. Okay. So looking at my board, if I add 2, I could get up to 2 card plays, or 3 card plays, which is nice. I really want that second energy per turn, though. So I could get the second energy per turn and get closer to 3 card plays so that on 1 turn I can add a presence, gain 4 energy, and play 3 cards, which is a strong turn. I certainly don't need the energy this turn, so let's add 2 presents. Honestly, getting up to that 3 card play so I can do it right after... No, but I'm gonna be stuck on 1 energy per turn. That sucks. Alright. Ooh, I also have concerns about the Explore now. I didn't think about that. Yeah. This guy is in potential trouble again. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it other than leaving 2 back there last turn. So I haven't done anything that revealed new information. So I can totally still do this differently. And when I do the Visions of Fiery Doom, I could just push this guy down here, which means that my future really big manifest will take care of him. Of course, then this guy's alone. Okay, so maybe what we need to do is pull these two in. Let's take one more in. This is kind of clever. Take both of my presents in, then push one back over here. So I got my presents over here since this is where I'm hoping to manifest, but the Dahan are safety in numbers over here. Um, okay, I like this better. So, adding presents. I probably want one over in the far inland part of the board, like maybe here, to try to be able to scoop these guys into a more relevant position. And then I'll also put one, we'll put another one here, since I'm planning to eventually manifest there. And that's still enough range to help these guys out. Okay. So we already know we're doing all that. Sadly, it doesn't get me an animal symbol, so I don't get to gather the warriors or anything this turn. But I think it's still a good turn. It nets me one energy for later. I got to do a lot of growing. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to lose presents. I no longer care about this presence. It has served its purpose. That's neat. I'll take it. As expected, there's no building, and whew, glad I didn't leave someone alone in the jungle. Okay, so this is going to be my reclaim turn. I'm going to have 3 energy to work with, so I'm not going to be able to really... I'm not going to want to do the manifest right away, probably. Because if I did, I would only be able to play 0 cost cards with it. And that's not really ideal. Plus, like, this place is not in any way a threat right now. I'm much more worried about the jungles. So with that in mind, I think Voice of Thunder... I could use it to start scooping people this way, but there's not really that many people. I think instead the extra fear is a bigger benefit. So let's just do the 2 fear. And hey, Terra level 2 already. Man. So, yeah, I just had the thought of, wow, if I manifest here, then the game's over. But no, they're going to build here and build here. So, not really going to be able to do things that way. But if I had a way to prevent those builds for 0 in the fast phase, then I could win the game this turn. Let's see what the game gives me. So... this card is way more appealing than it usually is. I've got 2 light and a sand. Either of those modes are good on that sand. And the only other wind cards, like, this one feels very passive, and this one I don't need at any point I can think of. So let's grab Purifying Flame. Maybe we can do a little cleanup and have our score suck a little less. Obviously, Call to Isolation is always good. Call to Dahan Ways is fantastic, but doesn't have wind. Call to Tend is quite good for either of its modes in the situation I'm in. Entrancing Apparitions is less good than normal. because Defend 2 isn't very good against Sweden level 3. But the gather up to 2 explorers is actually amazing. Like, I feel like these would be better for a game that is going to go on for a few more turns, but for purely just finishing the game, these two feel very strong. Um, in fact, right now, they're going to ravage in these mountains. I could defend 2 there and gather both explorers into there and figure out some other way to gather a Dahan in there, potentially. Sudden ambush would get it done. And just wipe out both of those explorers, which is really nice. So let's do that. Okay, so what's the cheapest way I have to move explorers I am being called for? I'm going to pause this video real quick. Sorry about that. It is grooming day for our dog Freya, and maybe need a little help with her. But I'm back, and I was hatching a delightfully devious plan against these Swedes. Alright. So, sudden ambush definitely gets a guy there, but the rest of the card doesn't matter, and it costs 2. Is there anything else I have that will move? I don't think there is. Alright, I don't seem to have another way to move a Dahan in the fast phase yet. Hopefully, I will soon get that 3rd card play, and then everything is over for these fools. So let's grab the sudden ambush. Alright. Yeah, it sort of makes this card less useful, because now it's really only taking out 1 explorer, but that's still good. I guess? Yeah, looking at it that way, I could theoretically replace that with Visions of Fiery Doom. They cost the same. Oh no, because that's range 0, and I don't have presence in either of these jungles, nor an easy way to get them there. So no, this is what I want. Alright, finish playing cards. We are going to entrance, gather some guys in. We're going to ambush. We're going to use this piece and come along with it. At this point, well, I really want to manifest big here next turn, so let's remove that for now. Yeah, I was about to say that. So sadly, that card does nothing. That's still lovely. They're not building in the jungles. They're exploring in the coast. Suddenly occurs to me I left the guy alone, but he is in the mountains, which already came up, but I still should have thought about it. Anyway, now I can gather the warriors. Okay, so let's think about how we potentially win next turn. We're a long way away from Terra level 3, sadly. So if we're going to win next turn, we need to prevent these builds, and that's a lot of builds to prevent. We could do it with Reclaim, but then we can't get the manifest that we want to win with here. Because, yeah, Reclaim would at least get 2 guys out of the coast. Okay, well, this guy's dead anyway. There's going to be a Ravage there. He will be dead. Um, a Visions of Fiery Doom takes care of one of these two places. And if I'm playing 3 cards, which I will be, because I'm going to do an add a presence and get 4 energy, then I can probably get a Lead the Furious Assault to take care of the last town? Maybe? That seems like it could work. Okay, so Gather the Warriors being just a scoop up 3. There's definitely some temptation to take them over here, where I could lead the Furious Assault. Okay, let's actually think this through. So if I am doing Manifest, Visions, and one other card, if that one other card has Sun on it, like a Voice of Thunder, for example. Oh, but Visions doesn't have air, so I'm not going to have the 4 air symbols I need for that to be fast. Oh, but it doesn't matter. No, I can do this slow. Okay. Okay, so at that point, I can destroy with that. Um, I can put a presence here for Visions. That place is all set. Okay, so I think right now I want to gather here. Here? I don't have the range. Nope, Gather the Warriors is range 1. Okay. And I already got rid of that presence. Definitely should have gotten rid of one of these presents in retrospect. But that is how things are. So instead, let's see, how am I going to get to over there? I'll have Gather the Warriors to play next turn. I'll have a much bigger version of it with 2 push. So yeah, I can still make it happen next turn. I can go 2 here, 2 here, and then I can take care of this place. Okay, so we're just going to gather here. They've already done a stage 2 in the jungle, so I'm not worried about people in the jungle, or honestly the mountain, but I need to leave 1 in the jungle to successfully ravage that guy. Alright, so we gather like so. Alright, add a presence like so. I think we might have this. So this is a Manifest, Visions, and oh, Purifying Flame also provides all the symbols I need. So yeah, let's get rid of a Blight while we're at it and have a higher score. Oh, except does not have Animal. That's sad. I do need an animal symbol to get people up here for Lead the Furious Assault to work. Thinking of other ways I could handle that. Not really seeing any. Okay, so take that back. Instead, we're using Words of Warning by necessity, even though it doesn't really do that much. Okay. Finish playing cards. Sorry, Purifying Flame. Someday. Someday, buddy. But having less blood on the board does not score-wise, having less blood on the board does not improve your score by as much as winning a turn earlier, so it's not worth doing this and winning next turn. I may as well just win this turn. So, Visions here. I guess now that we're planning to defend here, we can send him here. Why not? Throw that defend down. Now that card doesn't feel quite so useless. Done with this presence. That happens as expected. Explore the sand. You sure won't be able to convert anyone there, buddies. Alright. So, finally, destroy everything there. Been planning that for most of the game. Now we're going to gather the warriors here. Grab 2 guys. Why not 3? Yeah, it really doesn't make a difference, but... And then we push here, come along with them just for funsies, and leave the Furious Assault. Completing the game. Alright, there we have it. Was definitely not a clean victory. I think maybe there are things I could have done to win and not take so much blight. But I did get a 47, which is decent. I don't remember what the scores are in the other games, but that is where we're at. Yeah, my all-time numbers are getting a lot higher as I sometimes play this game without recording it. But anyway, that's how that went. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.